It's early Saturday morning, so we decided to go to the street market in downtown Cap-Haitien before it got too busy. You can go to the market on any day, but there are specific market days when you'll find all the vendors. Saturday is one of the market days at this street market. I prefer street markets where everything is placed on tables. We usually go to the one closer to our house, but this is the main street markets in the area. You'll find everything you need here and it's cheaper, but it's very hectic and I always feel like I'm fighting to keep up at these types of markets. There's a very tight space and the people behind you want you to run instead of walk. This thing right here is called a bourette. It's used to transport goods within the market. You constantly have to move out the way so you won't get hit by one. Pretty much everything at the street market in Cap is way cheaper than everything we used to buy at the street markets in the Port-au-Prince area. That's no surprise because the entire country feeds Port-au-Prince. Produce grown in the north is transported and sold in Port-au-Prince. So now that we live in the north, we buy produce that is grown right here in the north. Of course, it is sold at a cheaper price than when it is transported and sold in other departments. I'm going to tell you the price of everything that we bought. You'll see the price in US dollars on the screen. Keep in mind that the exchange rate changes very often and sometimes drastically. This is exchange rates as of August 2023. So let's start off with the avocados. We call them zaboka. We got them for 250 good. Then we have pineapples, which we call ananas, for 200 good. I love the pineapples grown in the north. They are super sweet. Then we have lemongrass, which we call citronnelle, for 50 good. Here in Haiti, we make tea with it. It's my favorite Haitian tea. I used to love drinking it as a kid because most of our teas are very bitter, but this one is sweet and it smells so good. Then we bought some limes, which we call citron, and they cost 100 good. Then we bought some beets, which we call betterave, for 100 good. They look kind of small on camera, but they were pretty big. I don't like beets, but I juice them and add some fruit to overpower the taste of the beets. I usually juice beets, watermelon, and lime. Then we have carrots, which we call kawot, for 200 good. I also juice the carrots. I usually do carrots, passion fruit, and turmeric. Next, we have some Scotch bonnet peppers, which we call pima, for 50 good. Then we have some turmeric, which we call saffron, for 75 good. Of course, I had to buy some ginger, which we call gingembre, for 100 good. I always buy both ginger and turmeric. I noticed that the ginger is more expensive than the turmeric. If I ask for 100 good of ginger and 100 good of turmeric, I usually get more turmeric than ginger. And that's both here in Cap and when we lived in Pétionville. Then we have some shallots, which we call shallot, for 200 good. They are extremely hard to find here. Every time we go to the market, we have to search high and low for some shallots. I've never had any issue finding shallots. I'm not sure why they're so hard to find here. Maybe they aren't grown as much in the north. Then we have parsley, which we call persil, for 50 good. And then we have the thyme, which we call thym, for 50 good. Then we bought some celery, which we call céleri, for 500 good. Then we have coconuts, which we call cocoyer, for 250 good. If you watched my first vlog on my Haitian Creole channel, then you saw that I bought one coconut in Pétionville for 250 good, just one. These coconuts are a little smaller, but it was still shocking to get 4 of them for 250 good. Then we have plantains, which we call banan, for 200 good. I used to buy this amount for about 500 good. Then we bought some oranges for 100 good. They look like sour oranges, but they are actually regular oranges. The peel of a sour orange is way thicker than a regular orange, and also it smells a little different. Then we have mangoes, which we call mango, for 300 good, and there are so many different types of mangoes in this area. The one on the top is Rosali, and the one on the bottom is called Damari, and they taste very different from each other. So I'm about to head out real quick. I'm going to downtown Oak Cap. I've been trying to get comfortable going out by myself and driving in Oak Cap. It is a little different from the Port-au-Prince area for sure. I know people here probably thinks it's super easy, but I don't really like driving here. I don't like places where motos are able to overtake on the right side. I don't think that is fair for them to do, because you have to keep in mind both the right and the left side, which to me isn't okay, but I am a little familiar with it because that's how it is in Gonaive, and I spent a year in Gonaive. So my first job in Haiti was in Latibonite, and so yeah, I used to drive in Gonaive all the time. I actually been driving in Haiti from the day that I moved here, or not the day that I moved here, but my car arrived before I arrived. The first order of business was to get it out of customs in Gonaive, and then yeah, I started driving right away, even though I didn't even have plates, because OABCT was on strike during that time, so I couldn't even get my license plate. OABCT doesn't give you your license plate, but you need to get the insurance before you can get the plate. Like there was like a order of operations. so yeah, anyways, I had to go to the OABCT first to get the car insurance and then do everything else. So I didn't have any plates on my car, nothing. And it was like that for a whole month. Like the police kept stopping me. It was a mess, but they couldn't give me a ticket because I was using my Maryland's driver's license. And so when they give you a ticket here, they take your driver's license and then you have to go and pick it up. You have to go and pay for the ticket, and then you can pick up your license from the police station. And so they couldn't take my international license. I still drive with that license. I do not have a Haitian license after 6 whole years. I'm supposed to get it this year while we're in OCAP, so hopefully we can get that done. One time when we came here just to visit, we went to this like store that's right in downtown. It's across from this barbershop, so that's how I remember it. There's this barbershop, it's right across from there. I'm gonna try to go there today. I'm probably gonna go to Leia Markets. I'm gonna try to go to a different restaurant. I always go to Guag, but let me go somewhere else. Maybe I'll go to Bukane, or I'll go to Potiwa, the pizza place. Yeah, so maybe I'll go to one of those places and then I'll be coming back home. It has been 1 hour and we have barely moved. I'm considering turning back and going home. So we are coming up on 2 hours and yeah, we haven't moved. Honestly, I'm trying to wait until we get to the point so I can turn around. There isn't even a place for me to turn around. That's how bad it is. I can't even find a place to turn around. We're not even moving and the person behind me happens to bump into me. Like he bumps into the bumper. How? We're not moving. We're not going anywhere. Like, and I'm not even getting out to look. I'm not getting out to look because I don't see what's the point. Anyway, I'm trying to find an opening so I can turn around because it's not the move. I can't sit in this traffic anymore. So, oh, now we're moving. I really wasn't sure about where I was going. I just knew that I had to get to 23B or C because I asked Sammy about it. I'm like, do you remember that store that's across from the barbershop that we went to? He's like, yeah, I think it's on 23B or C. So I'm like, okay. I guess I'll be able to find it. I mean, it's pretty easy to find things in downtown Cap-Haitien because all of the streets are numbered sequentially and they're also in alphabetical order. So if I need to get to 23, so that's the first step, I need to get to 23. So if I'm at 15, let me go down a little bit more, then I'm gonna come up on 23 at some point. So that's basically what I did. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep going until I see 23. I'm gonna turn on that street and then I'm gonna keep going until I see C, because in the direction that I was coming from, I would see C before I get to B. So I was like, okay, let me just keep driving until I get to C. And if the store is there, then okay, cool. If it's not there, then I'm gonna just drive a little bit more. And then it's gonna be on B, 23B. I did get lost, which is very funny because how could someone get lost when the streets are numbered that way? But I did. And so I ended up going like all the way around and then back up, like, oh my gosh, like a mess. But anyways, I really don't like driving in the downtown area because of how small the streets are, and then the drainage system is right in the middle of the road. So there are a whole bunch of storm drains and some of them are damaged. So sometimes I'm scared to drive over them because I'm like, I do not want some, piece of metal sticking out to give me a flat tire. Like, I do not want to have a car emergency when I'm driving by myself. Like, I don't have time for that. So I was like trying to drive around the storm drain. So I was kind of zigzagging on down the street, but I'd rather do that than drive over one of them and then my tire gets stuck or my tire gets punctured by a piece of metal or something. Like, I just don't have time for that. So I'm sitting in front of the store and that was the most epic fail of the day. Besides the traffic, I couldn't remember everything that was in the store, but I remember getting some essential items from there. And so she even remembered me because when I walked in, I was like, do you have paper towels? So that's the first thing I need. I need some paper towels. It's like hard to find paper towels here. So I was walking around checking to see what they had or whatever. And there was like nothing here. And I was like, where's all your stuff? Where's all your inventory? They had a lot of inventory, but a lot of things are gone because of all the celebrations. And so many people were in Cap buying everything. And so they don't have new stock. And so I walked out with nothing, completely empty handed. I'm so annoyed. I really need paper towels, y'all. I need to find paper towels. I'm about to go eat. I'm so hungry. I'm about to go eat. I decided to order some pizza from Potiwa. And while it was being prepared, I went to Lea Market to get a few household items. This grocery store is very different from what I'm used to. You have seen me vlog at supermarkets in Pétionville, and so they are huge and have lots of inventory, and this is definitely a big change from that. I mainly get household items from there like dish soap and Fabuloso and anything else that I may see. I walk around a little bit and look for any food items I might want. I definitely didn't have any business getting these Cheetos, but it was the very first time that I've ever seen them, and so I wanted to try them. Then I went to pick up my pizza. I got 2 small pizzas. The first one is a chicken pizza, and then the second one is a grill pizza. While I was there, Sammy asked me to get some sugar cane on my way home, so that's what I did. He always buys from this guy, so all I had to do was give his name and he already knew exactly what he wanted.